So what drew me to this project was a brilliant script by Brian and Alex. I thought it was a deviously comic thriller that dealt with sexual politics, trust and betrayal, and had twists and turns that built like a high-stakes poker game. So my experience in working with Sherlock, Sherlock is a drama where there are lots of twists and turns, and you may be taken in one direction and then suddenly spun in another direction. I think probably my experience when I was working in magic has also been quite helpful, because I think part of Sharper is, I like to think, one big magic trick. And my job is to make you forget that it's a magic trick. And there are lots of moments in this film which sort of reveal themselves unexpectedly, which are brilliantly surprising and delicious. What I loved about being in New York was, what I remembered when I went there when I was younger, was that there was a feeling of, certainly in Manhattan, there was a feeling of claustrophobia, that sightlines are restricted, and I thought that was useful for a kind of tone and a feeling for the film, especially for our characters. And I wanted to not show a sort of postcard view of New York, but maybe a sort of more neo-noir version of New York, and again, always through the perspective of our characters. Well, firstly, my experience working with this cast is just a joy. I love all of them, and I'm so happy that we're all part of this film that we've made together. Julianne Moore is just box office. I think she is the best at what she does, and one of the reasons why I came to make this movie was because she was on board and she was playing Madeline. I think that John Lithgow and I have had a previous relationship. Well, John Lithgow and I have worked together on The Crown, and it was a great opportunity for us to work together again. We've stayed in touch since, and I think he is such a generous actor. I think he is just magnetic on screen. Sebastian, I love him as an actor. I think he is unpredictable. I think he's vulnerable. I think he's funny. And I think he brought so much to Max. Justice, I knew a little bit about, but now I just want to cast him in everything. I think he has this incredible vulnerability. He's the sort of, he has this heart. He's like the orphan in the story. He, in fact, has everything that everyone wants, but he doesn't actually want it. So we're really lucky to have Justice. And then Briana Middleton is just a star. And I'm so happy that we were here at the beginning of what is going to be an extraordinary career for Briana Middleton, and everyone is going to know her name. She has, in many ways, one of the hardest jobs to do in this film. There are many, many layers that she's playing throughout this film, and she does it brilliantly. Sharper is about how people flirt, how they talk, how they deceive, how they impersonate, how they behave in terms of what they want. It's less about crime and more about deception.